The battle over potential impeachment witnesses rages on. Also, I think it's ramping down. But anyway, I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. Democrats are digging in on their demand for John Bolton to testify, and Republicans continue to push for Hunter Biden to do the same. And Senator Chuck Schumer weighed in on that debate.
Hunter Biden has nothing to do with this. And by the way, and people forget this, the Republicans could call Hunter Biden on their own. They have 53 votes. You know why they don't? Because they know that will just confirm to every American that everything the president is doing, has done in this whole sad saga, everything the president's lawyers are doing, everything the Republican senators are doing is just political. They call in Hunter Biden, someone totally unrelated to the charges against the president.
Meanwhile, Adam Schiff is continuing to get high marks from the media.
I don't think any of us knew that it would be an impassioned sort of cri de coeur there from Congressman Adam Schiff.
Very emotional closing there from the lead impeachment manager.
And it was very strong, it was passionate, it was thoughtful, it was cogent, it was all those things.
His emotional appeal to a sense of what's right, to a sense of what is right for the country.
You heard a powerfully emotional, direct statement to the Senate.
And President Trump is taking issue with the fact that his legal team has to start their defense on Saturday. Quote, looks like my lawyers will be forced to start on Saturday, which is called Death Valley in TV, but we won't tell Fox and Friends that because a lot of people watch Fox and Friends. We tease this segment, Katie, by saying that the call for witnesses is ramping up. I actually think for the few senators that were on the fence, it feels like it's ramping down based on sort of the smoke signals that they're sending.
Yeah, and there's two different reasons why. The first is that Democrats keep repeating their same argument. You had Lindsey Graham saying today, if you told me 4 times, it's twice too many. They've heard everything, and they're looking at it and going, you don't have a case, and you're begging us to do all of this legal work for you so that you have more to talk about to drag this out. If Mitt Romney, as reported, is dying throughout this process, I doubt that he and the others who are on the fence or the moderates are going to want to extend this any further. And it's just a matter of what the relevance is here. The House called the witnesses that they said were important. They didn't call John Bolton and go through the court system to force him to testify. And if they want to go down that road of trades, they've also said they don't want to do that either. And this argument they're making is that Democrats are the only ones who are allowed to call witnesses. That's not going to fly. And Hunter Biden, I'm sure, may not be called as a witness for impeachment, but based on what Lindsey Graham said today, he may be called to testify in a Senate Judiciary Committee hearing about Ukraine for more oversight on that issue.
So that means, Juan, I guess that it won't end. But if the Democrats over the weekend start to realize, like some of those poll numbers that Jesse talked about in the A block, that the interest is waning, that the numbers aren't moving, and they look like they're not going to get the witnesses, do they just decide to get this over with as quickly as possible and get back to the campaign trail?
Wow. No. I mean, first of all, I just disagree with the premise. Let me just say that the same Washington Post poll Jesse was talking about finds that 2/3, 66% of Americans think in order to have a fair trial, you should have witnesses, you should be able to introduce evidence.
Yeah,
and
Republicans that want to see Hunter testify.
Oh, please. And then I might just throw this in, that if you look at this, you know, do Americans think that the president did something wrong? It's like 63%, including 1/3 of Republicans. Now, the point, and I think this is the point that Jesse was trying to make, a lot of people say, yeah, he may have done something wrong, but I'm not sure that he should be removed from office. So that's the difference. But you have a high percentage of people who want witnesses, and that creates, Dana, public pressure. It's pressure not only on the Senate as a whole, but it's pressure specifically on the moderate Republicans.
But that pressure would, I think, dissipate pretty quickly. News cycles move so quickly. If they decide not to do witnesses, the Democrats will probably cut a bunch of ads against the Republicans, but is that going to matter?
Yeah, two points. One about the witnesses. The argument by the Dems for witnesses is a joke because it's not your place. Shut up. You had your chance, right? You boasted you had an airtight case. Too late. And your choice of witnesses is simply backfilling your 3-year obsession. So there's no point even discussing it. It's not going to happen. To the montage that we played of the media swooning, I don't see how the media cannot step aside and wonder why they like it. It's because the show is for them. The reason why they like it is it's designed for them. Impeachment is the birthday clown for the brats in the party hats known as the media. The trial, another analogy, is like the hotel black light, right, that reveals the stain of bias on the media mattress.
Oh.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Greg.
Do you want to mention anything about your new hairdo?
No, because I find that it's making creating quite a storm on the social medias.
Yeah.
So I'm just letting it grow
getting
out.
good reviews.
I'm letting it grow out.
reviews.
It's not quite on the level of Dobbs.
It's not a wig.
It's not. Well, unlike Jesse, this is real. This isn't some kind of weed.
Jesse, do you feel like Greg is trying to copy your haircut?
A little bit, but you know what? I'm flattered. Because what do they say about copying? Highest form of flattery.
Indeed.
CNN's going to write, during impeachment, the Five discusses hair.
Yes, we did.
That's your story, Brian.
There it is.
Jesse, do you have a prediction on how witnesses' vote is going to go?
There will be no witnesses, and here's why. There's no moderate senators under any pressure to call witnesses. The pressure would be from their base if they voted to call witnesses and make this thing drag out for another month. Do you know how long this impeachment trial would take if they tried to subpoena John Bolton?
Yeah.
It would take till June, and that's what the Democrats want. They want to drag this out and make this thing long and painful.
But even then, I don't think that the courts would. I think the president would prevail on an executive privilege.
Right,
claim.
but then you still have this ongoing
Sure there
Senate
is.
trial.
Why?
Why not, Juan?
Because he doesn't work for the president anymore.
No. You're protected for that work that you did at the time.
But he can come now. It's just like he can write a book.
But he can't talk
he's
about.
not covered by
that's
executive
not how it
privilege
works.
at this moment. That's a bogus argument.
No, it's not how it
I
works.
tell you
Every
what's-
president has invoked it, Juan. Just Trump's being impeached for doing it.
While this person, National Security Advisor, works for you, Bolton's gone.
Bolton doesn't want to show up unless
Yes, he
he's
said
no
he
one
wanted to
cares.
show
It
up.
doesn't
Bolton
matter.
said he wanted to
If
go.
he's forced, he'll go.
doesn't matter.
You know what I think? We should wait on Rudy Giuliani to produce the evidence he promised this morning.
Okay.
All right, let's have it.
I'll trade that for the whistleblower. Deal?
Okay.
Deal?
No, I'm not
Deal?
making any deal
Juan won't
with this
shake.
guy. This guy's trying
We're
to
gonna move
trade
on.